Hey, what's up, YouTube world? This is Wise, and I'm back to talk about something that I really love, and that's hip hop. And I feel like in the last 10 years, people have really been fucking this music up. And I hate to say it like that, but we can't do another 10 years of this trap music. We can't do another 10 years of auto-tune put on every record, hearing dudes have the same rap style on every record, using the same ad-libs on every record. It's starting to get annoying. And I mean, people are really going for this, man. And it's like they keep doing it. I mean, where's the originality at? There's no sense of, creativity. So, I mean, we need to find some way to make a balance in this, because they say, oh, we have J. Cole, we have Kendrick Lamar. But, I mean, that's two people to, I don't know how many of these other artists that come up.
They smell like a pile of bullshit!
The music that they're doing today is it's not hip hop, man. It's not, man. You know, and all these cats want to be rock and roll, but hip hop is not rock and roll. That's two different things. I have my studio in rock and roll environment. It's a place called the School of Rock. And what I see there is that I see these younger little kids, these little white kids, they're eager to learn, the older rock and roll songs, or they're eager to play the older rock and roll songs, and they have no problem with it. You don't have them running around the building saying, oh man, we're not gonna play that old record, forget that old crap. You don't hear them talking like that. They love playing that music, and I see that, rock and roll artists and white people in general, they carry on their culture. And that's what's wrong with a lot of the black youth, that they don't have no sense of culture. I grew up in the 80s. Well, I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. And, being born in the 80s, we listened to music from like the 60s and 70s, and we loved it as little kids. We never said, hey man, turn that old crap off. That dude is old. James Brown's old. Even when we went into the 90s and we heard the old rappers, we was growing up in the 90s, and the style of rapping was kind of changing a little bit, but we still looked back and looked at people like Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, Queen Latifah, Special Ed, Tribe Called Quest, KRS-One, all these people, man. We gave respect to the DJs. Mixtapes was our thing. It wasn't all this downloading and stealing music and all that, man. You actually had to support your artists. You actually had to go out, buy that, or one of your friends was going to let you hold the tape or the CD and you was going to dub it. But I mean, I'm just looking like to the future. Like, are we gonna go another 10 years auto-tuning? I mean, we've been auto-tuning for the last 10 years. This shit is on every song. It's getting annoying. And I know it's a lot of young kids out there that feel the same way I feel. And I'm not a kid. I'm past that. But I know, I have children, and my son, he kind of feels the same way I feel, even though he does still like some of the music that's out in this generation. He still looks back and says, yeah, man, Eminem and Nas and Jay-Z and Beanie Siegel and Mobb Deep and people like that were a lot better, Tupac, than what's going on today. It was more variety back then. We had bullshit songs back then, bullshit people, booty shaking music, and a lot of these females are killing the game too with this bullshit. All they want to do is twerk all day, and if your song ain't got, a beat that they can twerk off of, they're not trying to hear it. If you're actually trying to say something, they consider it boring. So I mean, that's crazy. They killing it right now. You go on Instagram, that's all they listen to. You go on any one of these female pages, they got some old 21 Savage or some crazy crap playing in the background, shaking their ass to it, saying every word, and all he doing is talking shit about them. That's wild to me. But that's another story. What we talking about right now is hip hop, and what makes me mad is people like Nas a while back said that hip hop was dead, but did nothing about it. How you gonna say hip hop is dead, but none of these older artists are doing anything about it? You're not going back to the hood, getting the hungry artists, these hungry young artists that's trying to get out of the ghetto, that write good music, that make good songs, that make positive songs, that rap, that are lyricists. None of you guys are making labels to sign these guys. Now, if I had money like that, I would do it. Now, it's either someone holding these people back from doing these things, or it's just that these older artists still want to stay in the limelight. I mean, look at Dipset. They getting back together. I mean, come on, man. Where's the new Dipset? It's 2018. Now, one thing I can say we did as young kids, we studied music. We would go back through the years, I guess, because, in the era we came up in, a lot of our music was based upon the older music, real sample-based music. So we went back and looked at people like Al Green, Bobby Womack, Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, James Brown, Otis Redding. And, we listen to these things. Sometimes we be out, just having our little cipher, drinking 40s or whatever, and we'll turn that on. And we had no problem with it. We wasn't sitting around like, hey, man, turn that old shit off. We would listen to that. And then sometimes we would go back and listen to some Rakim or some KRS-One, Public Enemy, Tribe Called Quest, things like that of that nature. And we never considered it old. Now, one thing, that happened in the 2000s, it's like these kids start coming up and they stop going back, doing their research and really getting a sense of history on the music and hip hop. They just wanted to say, oh, this is hip hop now, and you just gonna accept it. And y'all old dudes need to stop rapping. Y'all old dudes need to get out the game and leave us alone because we're young and this is what we want to do. But you got to do your research to be a good artist, to be a well-rounded artist. And I'm not saying that every song has to be violent or has to be street or has to be about the block or has to be super lyrical. But to be a good artist in this industry, you really do have to do your research and listen to other artists and other types of music to really be well-rounded, because you don't want to get into a situation because trends change, waves change. At any given moment, this can change and we can all go back to rapping to the hip, to the hop, the hibbity hop, and then a lot of these kids are gonna be like, what do I stand at now that trap music is gone? Because this can't be the last ride of hip hop. This can't be it. We can't be stuck here forever just auto-tuning and just rapping the trap beats for the rest, for the next 10 years. It can't be like that. Something's gonna have to change. I mean, they already took away R&B. When I was coming up, we had on the radio station a time, when 12 o'clock came, the Quiet Storm came on. That was R&B time. That's where we learned a lot of R&B songs. We don't have that anymore. Now it's just singing and rapping all mixed together to the same beat. And all the R&B artists are singing to the same beat that the rappers are. And I don't know. I just can't dig that. What happened to R&B? It's good to have a variety of music. Different things. Sometimes you want to tune out the rap. Sometimes you don't want to hear that. You want to hear something different. So I can turn some R&B on and listen to that because that's what I'm in the mood for. But now you can't even do that when you turn the radio on. It's like all the same crap jumbled up into one. And it's like, this is what they feeding us. They're feeding us this, man, and they won't stop. And it's like the kids, they're not looking at it like, I see a couple of these young guys, they really trying to change it though, but they're not getting the recognition that they should get, because you have these people that still want to copy each other and copy the same music and get on, because today people look at rap as easy to do. It's something that's easy to do. It's something that anybody can just get on a mic and just start saying a couple of words to a trap beat and then you got a hit song, So, I mean, once you get to the point where something is easy and everybody can do it, it loses value. You don't see everybody trying to run and be a rocket scientist because they know it's hard to do. So that tells you something about the level of skill that's in the music right now, And I just know we just can't do another 10 years. And I'm asking all the older hip hop heads in the industry today, talking all this shit about the way music used to be. What you need to do is you need to start going around to these neighborhoods, signing these artists, finding these young boys to carry on your legacy, man, and to carry on the legacy and stop complaining about it and just do something about it, man, because it can change. All you need is to go get the people that are, willing to do this. Go find a bunch of J. Cole's. I mean, go find a bunch of Kendrick Lamar's and sign them. Put them on your label. Stop signing this garbage, man. Stop letting these garbage ass videos be put all over YouTube. Put some of the positive videos on YouTube. Put these positive young cats out. This is Wise, signing off. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notification and have a good one.